Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Eric Brown with Daily Manna for your soul. Happy Saturday to you. I pray the Lord is blessing you real good right now. Look, just want to bring you a word of encouragement, something to help you along your way. And today that word is there's inspiration for you, even in the midst of desperation. Can I tell you, there are times when the enemy comes against you so strongly, so consistently. He comes against you and he's attacking you, and you don't know which way to turn or which way to go. You find yourself in desperation. But I'm here to tell you, even in the midst of that desperation, God still has inspiration for you. You know, I'm reminded of the four lepers over there in Second Kings chapter 7. Those four lepers, can I tell you right off the top, by the nature of them being lepers, they're already up against it. They have been ostracized from their families. They've been put out of their city. They've had to fend for themselves. They don't know which way to go. And on top of all that, the countryside that they live in, Samaria is under attack from their enemies. And their enemy has decided that they're going to cut off all supplies from coming in and from going out of the city. And there will be nothing for them to eat, and the people are starving. There's famine in the land, and the lepers are in the midst of all of that on top of the leprosy. So that's truly they're in desperate times. But look, in the midst of their desperation, God gives an inspiration. For they sit down and they begin to talk amongst themselves and saying, like, look, we got to figure out something to do, because if we go in the city, the people in the city are going to stone us because we're unclean and kill us. If we stay here, we're going to sure enough die, either by hunger or by the leprosy. But what about this? What about if we go down to the camp of the enemy? Maybe they'll have mercy on us and feed us. If not, they'll kill us. But what do we have to lose? And upon that thought, they decided to get up and make a move toward the camp of the enemy. And this is how I know God gave that inspiration, because God began to blow on their actions. When they took action, when they stepped out in their faith despite their desperation, when they stepped out in the faith of their inspiration, God took their footsteps and multiplied and amplified them and made their footsteps sound like the sound of a coming mighty army. And the enemy heard that, and the enemy was confused, and the enemy began to run around in a frenzy. And the enemy, they left their own camp, left their weapons, they left their horses, they left their supplies, they left food on the fire, and they got out of town. I'm here to tell you, God gave those lepers the victory, because when they got there, the lepers didn't know whether they were going to live or die. But when they got there, they found the camp was empty, and the lepers, even in a desperate situation, had found the victory through the inspiration of God. Oh, somebody needs to get that today, because you might be in a situation where you think that it is hopeless, that you're desperate. But I'm here to tell you, there's some inspiration in you. There's some inspiration in you coming from the Lord. And if you do what the Lord is telling you to do, I'm here to tell you everything is going to be all right. You're going to be like David, or when David was estranged from the Lord for over a year and couldn't get himself back right with the Lord. But one day David got sick and tired of being sick and tired. David was in a desperate situation, and he got some inspiration, and he heard these words that are found in Psalms 51. Cleanse me, O Lord, and renew a right spirit in me. And I'm here to tell you, God cleansed him and took him back. Or you might be like Jacob. Jacob got some inspiration from the Lord one evening when he was wrestling with an angel, and the angel was saying, you better let me go. Daybreak is coming. But Jacob got desperate, and Jacob said, I won't let you go until you bless me. And even though the angel touched the hollow of his thigh and gave him a limp in his hip, Jacob held on until his change came. Or you might be like Hezekiah, when the prophet came and told Hezekiah, he told Hezekiah that you ain't got but a few days to live. And Hezekiah turned his face to the wall, cried out to the Lord for a few more years on his life, and God answered his prayer. All of these men, the four lepers, David, Hezekiah, and Jacob, they were in desperate times. But in the midst of desperate times, God gave them an inspiration that made a difference in their lives. I'm just here to tell you, God will speak to you, God will show you, and God will bring you through. Because even in the midst of desperation, God still has inspiration for you. Look, you have an awesome day. You be blessed of the Lord. Know that whatever you're going through, you're coming through in Jesus' name. Look, you have an awesome day. Be blessed. Peace.